If your dog puts their paw on you, they're trying to tell you this. Your dog just placed their paw on your arm. Right now, you probably think it's cute. You might think they want a treat or they're just being clingy. But what if I told you that, in most cases, you're reading the signal completely wrong? That paw isn't random. It isn't just a trick they learned. Your dog is literally trying to have a conversation with you, and almost every time you're accidentally ignoring what they're actually saying. And the craziest part? One of the reasons behind this gesture is so emotionally powerful that scientists had to borrow a term from human child psychology just to describe it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what your dog means every single time they reach out and touch you. And number 5 will genuinely change the way you see your dog forever. Let's start with the one everybody thinks they know. Number 1. Pay attention to me. You're on the couch, phone in hand, scrolling through something you won't remember in 5 minutes. And then you feel it. That warm, slightly heavy press of a paw against your leg. You glance down, maybe scratch their head for a second, and go right back to your screen. Here's the thing. That wasn't just your dog being needy. Behaviorists say dogs learn incredibly fast which actions produce results. Your dog tried looking at you first. They probably sat closer. Maybe they sighed. You didn't notice any of it. So they escalated to the one move that always works. The paw. It's physical. It's impossible to ignore. And in their experience, it gets your eyes on them within seconds. Think about it from their perspective. They can't tap you on the shoulder. They can't say your name. They can't send you a text. The paw is the closest thing they have to saying, "Hey, I'm right here." And every single time you respond, even for a second, you're confirming to them that this is how to reach you. That this is the language that works. Dr. Mary Birch, a certified applied animal behaviorist and director of the AKC Family Dog Program, compares it to how humans begin conversations. We say, or hey, or raise a hand to get someone's attention before we even start talking. Dogs do the same thing except they use their paw. It's their opening line. There, I have something to say. So next time your dog puts their paw on you while you're distracted, pause for a moment. Don't just pet them on autopilot. Look at them. Really look. Because they've been waiting for your attention for longer than you realize. Number 2. I need something and I need it now. This one looks almost identical to number 1, but the context changes everything. Pay attention to the timing. Does the paw come right around dinner? Right after they've been lying still for a long time? Right after they woke up from a nap? If so, your dog isn't just asking for attention. They're making a specific request. They're hungry. They need to go outside. They want to play. Something in their routine is calling, and the paw is how they ring the bell. Animal behavior experts call this manding, a term borrowed from applied behavior analysis. A mand is a request, not a trick, not a performance. A genuine, deliberate communication from your dog to you, expressing a need they can't meet on their own. Puppies start doing this the day they're born. They paw at their mother to stimulate milk flow. It's one of the very first things a dog ever learns to do. And as they grow, that instinct doesn't go away. It evolves. It becomes more refined. It becomes language. So when your dog paws at you at 6 in the evening on the dot, they're not being demanding. They're being articulate. They're telling you exactly what they need, in the only way they can. The question is whether you're listening. Here's a practical tip. Start watching the clock when the paw happens. Track the pattern for a week. You'll be stunned at how consistent it is. Your dog isn't random. They're precise. And once you learn their schedule, you can actually start meeting their needs before they have to ask, which builds an incredible level of trust between you. Number 3. Something is wrong and I don't feel safe. Now we shift into something deeper. Because not every paw on your lap is a cheerful hello. Sometimes your dog is reaching out because they're scared. Think about the last thunderstorm, or the last time fireworks went off in your neighborhood. Or maybe it was something quieter. A new piece of furniture, a stranger in the house, a change in the daily routine that you barely noticed but your dog noticed immediately. When a dog feels anxious or uncertain, One of the first things they do is seek physical contact with the person they trust most. And the paw is the fastest, most direct way to close that gap. It's not attention-seeking. It's reassurance-seeking. There's a huge difference. The body language around it tells you everything. If the paw comes with tense muscles, flattened ears, a low tail, lip licking, or yawning when they're clearly not tired, your dog isn't being cute. They're stressed. And that paw is them saying, "I'm not okay right now. Are you still here? Can you help me feel safe?" They're also picking up on your stress, absorbing it, and then reaching out to you for stability. Because in their mind, you're the one who makes the scary things manageable. If your dog paws at you during a stressful moment, resist the urge to say it's okay in a high-pitched, frantic voice. That actually confirms to them that something is wrong. Instead, stay calm. Breathe slowly. Place your hand over their paw with steady, quiet pressure. You're not just comforting them. You're co-regulating. You're showing them, through your body, that the world is still safe. And hey, if this is making you look at your dog a little differently right now, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. This channel is all about helping pet owners who actually care about understanding their animals, not just owning them. And every like helps us reach more people who need to hear this. Number 4. I love you. Please don't stop. This is the one that melts everyone. You're sitting together on the couch. You're petting them gently behind the ears or along their back. Everything is calm. Everything is quiet. And then they slowly, deliberately lift their paw and rest it on your hand, or your arm, or your lap. This is not a request. This is not anxiety. This is affection, pure and simple. When a dog places their paw on you during a moment of calm, mutual contact, they're doing the canine equivalent of holding your hand. They're reciprocating your touch with their own. They're saying, "This is good. I feel safe. I feel connected to you. Please keep going." And here's what science says is happening underneath the surface. When you pet your dog and make gentle eye contact, both of your bodies release oxytocin, the same hormone that flows between a mother and her newborn baby. A landmark study published in the journal Science found that dogs and humans have developed what researchers call an oxytocin-mediated positive loop. You look at your dog. Oxytocin rises. Your dog looks back. Their oxytocin rises too. You pet them. It goes higher. They press their paw against you. Higher still. It's a feedback loop of bonding that literally did not exist between humans and any other species, until dogs evolved alongside us. The researchers also tested this with wolves who had been raised by humans from birth. And you know what they found? The loop didn't activate. The wolves didn't gaze at their human caregivers the way dogs do. The oxytocin surge didn't happen. This isn't just behavior. It's biology. Dogs developed this system over thousands of years of living with us. That gentle paw on your hand during a quiet evening? It's the result of an evolutionary bond so deep that it literally mimics the chemical connection between parent and child. So when your dog rests their paw on you while you're petting them, don't move. Don't check your phone. Stay in that moment. Because what's happening between you is ancient and real, and more meaningful than you probably thought. Number 5. I know you're hurting. I'm here. This is the one I promised you. And it changes everything. You've had a rough day. Maybe something happened at work. Maybe you got bad news. Maybe nothing specific happened at all, you just feel heavy. You're sitting quietly, not crying, not making a sound, and your dog walks over, sits beside you, and places their paw firmly on your leg. Not playfully, not impatiently, just steadily. Like they're planting a flag that says, "I'm not going anywhere." For a long time, scientists debated whether dogs actually sense human emotion, or just respond to obvious cues like crying. But a study from Goldsmiths College in London settled a big part of that debate. Researchers set up an experiment where both the dog's owner and a complete stranger either cried or hummed in an unusual way. If dogs were simply reacting out of curiosity to strange behavior, they would have approached both the crying person and the humming person equally. But that's not what happened. The dogs consistently approached the person who was crying, whether it was their owner or the stranger. And they didn't just approach. They nuzzled. They pressed against them. They placed their paw on the person's body. And when the stranger hummed instead of crying, the dogs barely reacted. They weren't curious about unusual behavior. They were responding specifically to distress. The researchers said the dog's behavior was consistent with what we see in young human children, showing empathic concern. Not full cognitive empathy the way an adult human experiences it, but something real, something that goes beyond instinct. Your dog can feel that something is off with you. They may smell the cortisol on your skin, notice the shift in your posture, detect the subtle change in your breathing. And their response isn't to look away or to leave. It's to come closer, to touch you, to stay. That paw on your leg when you're at your lowest? It's your dog saying, I don't understand what happened, but I feel it too. And I'm right here. There is no trick in the world that teaches a dog to do that. No treat that produces that response. That's not training. That's love. The kind that doesn't need words. So here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Your dog's paw is never random. It's never meaningless. Every single time they reach out and touch you, there is something behind it. Sometimes it's playful. Sometimes it's practical. Sometimes it's a quiet cry for help. And sometimes it's a gesture so emotionally rich that science had to invent new ways to study it. The real question isn't why your dog puts their paw on you. The real question is, what are you going to do the next time they do? My suggestion? Put your phone down. Look into their eyes. Press your hand gently against their paw. And just breathe together. Because in that tiny moment, something extraordinary is happening. Something 15,000 years in the making. And your dog has been waiting their whole life for you to notice. If this video opened your eyes to something new about your dog, share it with someone who needs to see it. And let me know in the comments, what does your dog do when they put their paw on you? I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.